At the heart of East Africa lies an economic hub, a center of commerce, power, and communication. With over 110 years of history, Nairobi, Kenya has sprung from a colonial outpost to a bustling city of 4 million, growing each day with rural immigrants in search of education and employment. It is a city of contrast, a mix of faiths and cultures, and a blend of East and West. With one of the largest rich-poor divides in the world, Nairobi is known for its striking beauty, but also for its stark contrast. Poverty and wealth live side by side. Electric fencing, razor wire, stone walls, and iron gates separate the rich from the poor. Crime, corruption, unemployment, and injustice plague a divided city.
We live here in the city of Nairobi, where there are 4 million people, but perhaps 55% of the population are living on just 5% of the land. One section of the population is trying to get connected to high-speed fiber optic internet, and 50% of the city may yet be connected to fresh drinking water. We live in a very divided city. We live in a city where I think 10% of the population control about 47% of the income, and the poorest 10% have less than 2% of the income. So it seems to us that the place where the church really needs to be present and active and ministering in a sustainable and transforming way is right here in the heart of the slum.
A railway line runs through Kibera, one of Africa's largest slums, home to nearly 1 million residents. Most residents live on less than $2 a day, amidst a maze of mud-walled shanties and iron sheet roofing.
For the last 8 years I've lived in Kibera and worked in Kibera. I've observed a number of challenges which I believe is common to most of the slums. Top on the list is poverty. But poverty is a product of many forces: economic, social, political, even religious.
The Anglican Church is very strong in the city, but it's not so strong in some of the poorest areas of the city. We are working with about 150 churches around the city. We begin with holistic discipleship. How do you love God and love your neighbor at the same time, and how do you do that practically? How does a church serve a local community? And then we equip pastors and church leaders with specific skills in economic empowerment, in children's ministries and in youth ministry.
In Kibera, there are many challenges that children go through. According to UNICEF, the report that released in 2006, 34% of child abuse cases are to be found in urban centers, including Kibera in Nairobi. Center for Urban Mission Children Ministry has 3 intervention strategies. 1, in the area of child evangelism and discipleship. 2, in the area of parenting, how are children parented in such a context? 3, the area of developing child protection policies in churches.
The Department of Economic Empowerment mobilizes churches so that the churches can be able to mobilize their members and members of their specific communities to start small savings groups using the small resources that they have. And when they come together through social capital, they can be able to raise resources to help them as a group. There are around 14 of them, and they run a small savings group. And from that savings group is where they get the money to start and upscale the businesses that we can be able to see. And there are several things which they keep on saying that they've been able to manage to do because of the small businesses that they have represented here.
Biashara yangu ninauza sukuma, tomato.
My business involves selling kale, tomatoes, onions, and fruits. Our business group has helped me. We all come together and collect some money. When I had a problem, the group helped me out because business was in bad shape. I was very happy for their support. I am one of the group members. There are 14 of us who meet on Wednesdays. We each contribute some money for savings and we give loans to one another. The person who receives the loan usually pays it back after 1 month with an interest. When I lack something in my salon, like hair oil, braids, or combs, I borrow money from the group and I buy those things. In Nairobi, youth represent 3/4 of the population. Massive unemployment and lack of educational opportunities have created a culture of idleness, poverty, drug abuse, and crime. Across the city, local churches have taken various approaches in their attempts to alleviate poverty and bring about economic change.
I'm Reverend James Agrichi. I'm the vicar of this church, St. Jerome Church in Gachikira. And we have got 4 local churches with a team of quite a number of people serving under us. The people here are very receptive to the gospel. Most of the things that we have studied here have succeeded because of the cooperation we get from the people.
My name is Joshua Omoga. I'm a member of St. Jerome SCK Church. I've been a member for the last 6 years and I'm coordinating social programs of the church. We have 5 projects in the church. Homework lab for school-going children. We have tailoring project for ladies who are out of school. We have soap making project for the youth. We have microfinance for the entire community. And we also have vocational training for out of school children.
I am a beneficiary of the Homework Lab. Having learned about the Homework Lab, I took the initiative as an individual, came, and I was granted the chance. I had all I could need for my studies. Having been one of the members, I found it's wise, at least good, to assist those who are within, assisting them with the questions that maybe they bring into the office. We help them tackle them out, as maybe I still plan for something to do in future.
Center for Urban Mission is a program of Carlisle College School of Theology. The mode of training is that we have those who are full-time and they go for 3 years. We also have a parallel program, those who come in the evenings, but in a part-time basis because they come in very few hours. We also have the Center for Urban Mission now. It was also a full-time program, although in the Center for Urban Mission, we take pastors who are already in ministry. And because we don't want them to come out of their ministry to come and stay in college for 3 years, this program operates in a way that pastors come every morning from their places of ministry.
The role of the local church in bringing healing to the city is in line with the Great Commission. Jesus says, "The peace I give you, the world cannot give." And that's the beginning point of the role of the local church. So I see a local church in the city as an agent of peace, an agent of reconciliation, an agent of bringing harmony in the families. Addressing the city in a holistic way, so helping the people to be involved in daily activities that bring prosperity and harmony to the city.